Tae-V heard a knock on the door. Tae-V, who is that? He asked without opening the door. Taehyung empty. Taehyung's face lit up and he opened the door. Tae-V smiled at him. Tae-V, empty, I have won first prize in the drawing competition. Wow, that's the big guy. Taehyung looked at him and rotated him in the air and Taehyung well done, my boy, you kicked up. Taehyung laughed, they dashed their fist. After spending quality time with Taehyung advised he wanted to give him to encourage him and decide to give him to surprise them. And Skipsy came in, Taehyung rushed as laughing and hugged him. You will come back with me, Taehyung thanked him. Taehyung showed him the compliments at him. He was right. You can home that you were in quality trying and you were not so good at trying. You asked to give him space. Taehyung rushed up by pieces and that was not even an adjustment. Lady, that's okay, son. The lady smiled at him. She raised her head, smiling. Her smile vanished, seeing you. Lady, you are you, right? The lady asked you. You nodded as thoughtfully, looking at the woman who was standing with an Englishman. Lady, can't you remember me? You nodded no. Lady, I am Sunana with this friend. You smiled, lifting your eyebrows. How are you, sister? Asked genuinely. Sunana, I am fine. How is your baby? Asked curiously. Taehyung said, looking at Sunana. Sunana touched his head emotionally. After all, he was her brother's son. Sunana, what is your name, son? Englishman, who is the boy you are treating him special? You play pitch hearing Sunena replied. Sunena, he is my brother's son. You my brother's son? Why she related to Steven? You are horrified. Englishman, what? Brother, but you said you are an orphan? You mean orphan? He was confused. Sunena, do you remember I always talk about you guy who is brotherly figure to me? Englishman, yeah, what is his name? Tae, right? You got your breath in your lungs. Sunena, yes. Taehyung is none other than Taehyung's son. Englishman, this Taehyung needed money to go to US that time, but he could not manage no matter how hard he tried. That's when this girl came to our treatment center. Her family asked if they could ask us for her return to get to know that Taehyung was his son. Thank God Sunena instead her husband not tell Taehyung the truth. So there won't be any problem because of Sunena and her husband. But what about Preeti? Did she also know Taehyung? Maybe no. There were hundreds of donors coming to the fertility center every year. There were very less chance for Preeti to remember Taehyung. She was not related to Taehyung like Sunena. You didn't sleep as your mind was not at peace. Taehyung's side will get stronger if he get to know the truth. He will propose to you for a wedding day in Why not? Didn't he already dare? How daily he said that he wanted to sleep with you every night for the whole life. You felt a chilling sensation in your spine. How dare he talk about sleeping with you without any hesitation? More than that, the day Taehyung talked about sleeping with you, you felt about it deep down in your heart on the day you got to know the truth. You are Taehyung's mother and Taehyung is his father. Then who was Taehyung to you? You gulped hard. You felt difficult to face Taehyung for the first time. He and his thought to kill yourself. You doesn't know why you never felt like this so far. Time skips the next day at office. Taehyung's cabin. You felt the extreme level of hesitation to enter Taehyung's cabin. You came to his cabin and avoided seeing his face. Taehyung, hi, good morning, said with his hand. That's when you called her. You had sensed that you didn't. We should have met you. Good morning, sir. Taehyung, we are going to a meeting today, right? You, yes, sir. Get ready at 2 o'clock. You, yes, sir. You walk up to the door. Taehyung called leaning on the seat. You, yes, sir. Taehyung, are you alright? You, huh, I'm alright. Taehyung smiled at you, seeing you stammering. You rushed out. In car. They got ready for the meeting. Taehyung started the car. You was looking outside as you continuously They came to the five-star hotel where the meeting had been arranged. It was an official business meeting, so there was no food for thoughts. They came out finishing the meeting as the senior businessman greeted Taehyung formally and asked about his experience in US. Taehyung told him about how he worked in the US company. He was also listening to him newly. You got horrified as your eyes caught someone's sight. Sunaina was crossing the huge reception of the hotel with her husband. We moved from the place and hid behind a pillar. As you accepted, Taehyung also saw Sunaina in no time. He shouted, Taehyung, sister. Sunaina stopped hearing a well-known voice. She looked here and there. Her face brightened seeing her brother. Taehyung excused himself from them and rushed to her. Taehyung, my goodness, what is this? When did you come from London? Why didn't you call me after coming to Korea? Sunaina, take a breath, Taehyung. Hearing the name Taehyung, her husband raised his brow. Her husband, he is Taehyung. Taehyung looked at him and then Sunaina. Sunaina, he is my husband John. Taehyung, hello. Taehyung extended his hand for a shake. John, hi. John shook hand with him. Taehyung, you said you will never come to Korea? Asked Sunaina with a smile. Sunaina, I don't want to, but he liked Korea and its culture. Taehyung, oh. John, yeah. Taehyung chuckled, getting amazed. Taehyung, why didn't you call me? Sunaina, we just came to Sohail yesterday after visiting Busan. Taehyung, oh. Sunaina, yeah, we are going to Latival today. We will be there for 3 days. Though to call you after coming from Latival. Taehyung, you should have stayed in my place. Why are you staying in a hotel? Sunaina, you are a busy man. Our hectic schedule will surely be a disturbance to you. That's why. Taehyung, this is not done. Take your things and come to my place. Sunaina, we are going to Latival and then other places. I will visit and won't you come to my place? Come to my home, son. John, no, you won't. Taehyung looked at Sunaina, who was looking at John confusingly. John, call my brother-in-law. Then only I will bring your sister to your home. John demanded. Taehyung, you will go. Taehyung chuckled. Sunaina, yes, Taehyung, I do come. Sunaina smiled. What does your smell mean? Taehyung, very soon I will invite you for my marriage. Sunaina, are you in love? Asked with hesitation. Taehyung nodded yes. Sunaina, put on her. Taehyung looked behind. He didn't find you at the place where you were standing with him. To wait for him. He wanted to know why they left her. Then they were going to Latival. Will come home next week. She will surely ask me to meet you. He said, smiling, you become her wife. Why did she ask you to meet me? Just to see you, said with a smile. Did you tell her anything? Taehyung shook his head and walked. You followed him. What did you tell her? Taehyung, about my love, about you. You, what? Why did you tell her so? Taehyung, she asked me about my marriage, so I left with no choice other than telling about you. You, how could you do this without my acceptance? Taehyung, open the car door for you. Taehyung, sit in the car. You signed and sat in the car. Taehyung started the car. In car, Taehyung, you will accept me. He answered your question with driving. You, what will you do if I resign my job? Taehyung, it is your wish to do job after our marriage. You, I am not talking about now. Taehyung, you, if you think you can stop me by resigning your job, try. You look at him bewildered. Taehyung, I don't need you in my office to marry you. I will do it anyhow. You, won't you understand? Taehyung stopped the car and looked at you. Taehyung, I surely can't understand. Why are you adamant and hiding your feelings? You gulped down. Taehyung, you too have feelings, you too have emotions. You are busy in your life now. That's why you don't get a chance to realize it. But the future won't be the same. Won't you realize you too have feelings? You can do nothing. You won't have anyone to share your emotion with. Don't take life lightly. It is hell to be alone. I have experience in it. Hold my hand and walk with me, he said with a serious expression. You sat straight, said nothing. You didn't know how to tackle Taehyung. More than that, how could you tackle Sunaina, who was going to meet you after a week? You won't hide the truth after knowing the truth. That Taehyung was in love with you. You signed invalidly. Time skips at office. Taehyung's cabin. Taehyung and you came to the office, finishing the meeting. You went straight to your cabin and Taehyung entered his cabin. He started doing work. After a while, his phone rang. Taking it, he saw the number. It was his house landline number. Taehyung was calling. Taehyung attended the call with a smile. On the phone, Taehyung, hi big guy. Taehyung, hi auntie. Taehyung, how are you doing? Taehyung, I am super fine. Taehyung, good. I want you to come to my home. I have a surprise for you. Taehyung, what surprise really? He was almost hoped. Taehyung, yeah. Taehyung, our school is on holiday tomorrow. Shall we meet? Taehyung, sure. By the way, why your school is a holiday tomorrow? Taehyung, 12th standard board exams start tomorrow. That's why. Skips the next day at office. You wondered because Taehyung took off that day. He didn't tell you about it anything. Was he alright? Should you call him? You might have thought in a different way. You struck at the door. You started concentrating on your work. You wanted to ask Taehyung whether he ate something as he was at home due to the holiday. You called your house number but no response. Taehyung might be in the washroom or he might be playing with his friends. You thought taken you worked very well. After half an hour, you again called Taehyung. This time also Taehyung didn't attend the call. You became thoughtful. Why didn't Taehyung attend your call? What was he doing? Where was he? Was not him at home? Something tried your mind. Was Taehyung in your place? No. Taehyung would have been attend your call even though Taehyung was in your place. Was not Taehyung at home? Was Taehyung at Taehyung's place? Was Taehyung trying to get closer to Taehyung more? This was not done. Taehyung should not have done like this. In Amin's cabin, you came to Amin's cabin. You, Amin sir, Amin, yes, you, I need an hour permission. Amin, okay, boss is also off today. You can go. You, thank you. You left the office by the cab. At your house, you came to your house when you suspected was dead. The house was locked from outside. You knew so where Taehyung be. You remember that Taehyung told you that Taehyung once used to meet towards Taehyung's house. Meanwhile, at Taehyung's house living room, Taehyung learning some advanced drawing technique from Taehyung. Then you said to this is surprise for me. Taehyung removed a cement top from the cupboard and gave it to me. Taehyung, cement top? Why did you give it to me? Taehyung, I tried the cement top. Taehyung, really? But I don't know if I'm me and do the same, he said while applying it on this body. Taehyung, okay, Taehyung watch it, Taehyung. Taehyung, follow my instructions. Don't go to that side is fully. And pointed at the other side of the bowl. We landed a jelly bottle to Taehyung, okay, one more to apply the jelly. Circling his hand, Taehyung dropped the chill on the floor and rushed towards the house. Taehyung, don't tell her I am here, he said while running. He waited to know in which way he will use to reach the place, as there were two ways to reach the boat. As he used the left side path, Taehyung ran in the right side path and started swimming Taehyung. As if he knew nothing, he took hands to hold him. He ran for Taehyung, crossed the sea rectangles. He stood looking at somewhere, awaiting to see Taehyung. He was half. Taehyung, you can't be without seeing me for at least one day, asked Taehyung. Where is Taehyung? Asked him without meditation. Yeah, where is Taehyung? The school is already done, you know that. How do I know? Taehyung will have no you. It seems you are giving more importance to our relation in Taehyung lives. You stop playing with us. Tell me where is Taehyung? I already asked the question. I was about to send it without giving the chance. And by the way, you look gorgeous in the red dress. Red is my favorite color, you know. Taehyung stood in the pool, holding his hands with a killer smile. You sang and turned to leave. You stepped on the gel that was spilled on the floor by Taehyung. You slipped your balance and fell down on the opposite side of the pool. You struggled in the water as you were falling. Taehyung, you know what Taehyung saying. Myself and my man doing this in giving the position behind the side. Taehyung swimming towards you. You tried to lift you from the water first. Hold my shoulders, you shouted. But you was not in a state of listening.